It's been so long since I last watched NBA basketball that my hair has turned gray, and I'm here to talk about the NBA. Thankfully, people have been getting signed left and right, and there's a lot of new NBA news to talk about, so let's get into it. Starting off with Russell Westbrook finding a new home with the Los Angeles Clippers, except he's probably still at the same house because he goes to the same arena. I am beyond excited to see Russell Westbrook go to the Clippers. I made a TikTok and a short about it, but on here, I can actually talk about what I think about Russell Westbrook. I'm expecting to see Russell Westbrook just absolutely explode for the rest of this year, and I cannot wait. The Clippers just added a bunch of new talent during this year's trade deadline, and I think that Russell Westbrook is just about to have that breakout second half of the year. I think a lot of people forget that before he went to the Lakers, when he was with the Wizards, he was a great player. Like, he was still averaging triple doubles. He was playing great, but the entire Lakers situation just messed everything up. I'm just hoping that the Clippers is a good change of scenery for him, even though it's the same scenery. You guys get what I'm talking about. The really weird thing, though, with Russell Westbrook being on this team is that we don't really know how they're going to do. Like, there's some teams that you could say, oh, that move that they made is going to help them an immense amount, right? Kevin Durant going to the Suns, we know that that's just going to work. Like, as soon as he gets in there, he's going to work. But with this one, we don't know, because we don't know if Westbrook is actually just getting older and not really himself anymore, or if he can go back to that really good player who can really help a team. My prediction, though, for where this Clippers team will be at the end of the year is probably just a second round of the playoffs. I don't see them getting to the conference finals. A lot of people are still hyping this team up way too much, in my opinion. I understand they have a lot of good depth. They have Kawhi, they have Paul George, and now they have Russell Westbrook. But either way, I see them going out in the second round, but this is still really good for them considering that they've had little to no success with this team for a couple years now, and it seems like they've been closer to rebuilding rather than actually contending for a championship. Obviously, a lot of this being due to injury, which is all unfortunate, but still. I am a Russell Westbrook fan, so I do have a lot more faith in him, and I give him a lot more credit than some other people will, but that's just me. Moving on, I know I've talked a lot about the All-Star Weekend. I have like 2 videos going back to back talking about it, and before the other videos I made, we didn't get to see the 3-point contest, the dunk contest, or even the All-Star game. And oh my god, it was one of the most disappointing All-Star weekends we've seen. And that's not just my opinion. This was one of the most lowest rated and lowest viewed All-Star weekends in NBA history. Now, I did see KOT4Q talk about how a lot of the players who were actually voted into the game were injured, so we didn't even get to really see the All-Star game that everyone voted for, which is a really good point, really fair point. But at the same time, every All-Star game is practically the same, with there being no defense, no one really caring about what's going on, and it's really just boring. Not to mention that 2 of the best players in the game, Jokic and Luka, do not give 2 shits about this game. Luka said before All-Star weekend that the thing he's most excited for,
Sunday when I fly to Mexico.
Now, the 3-point contest, I'm going to say it right now, I did predict that Damian Lillard was going to win. It was a very obvious prediction, but still. So it's cool to see Damian Lillard get that. He also said he retired from the 3-point contest. He just really wanted to have one of the trophies. As a Kings fan, I will not be commenting on Kevin Huerter's performance in the 3-point contest. We're just going to move on. Speaking about things I don't want to talk about, the dunk contest. I did not predict the dunk contest because I said this in my last video. Starting with the dunk contest, that fraud Matt McClung is not doing shit. This dude tried going up for a dunk in the game and couldn't even get it. I think he's a fraud. He's not getting anything. So with that being said, Trey Murphy, you are the NBA dunk contest champion. Congratulations. Now, obviously, I was kidding, okay? I didn't actually think that Mac McClung was a bum. It was just a joke. It was a bunch of just little jokes. Mac McClung, okay, you proved everyone wrong. That's how it is. So yeah, dunk contest was terrible. 3-point contest was a 3-point contest. I don't know how a 3-point contest can be really terrible. And the All-Star game was terrible, but you want to know what was good? The G League Rising Star game. I know it's not a heavily promoted thing from the NBA, but when I tell you that this was more fun than almost every All-Star event, bro, it was insane. I mean, being able to see Scoot Henderson and other players who are younger, who are going to be in the league soon, play in a game against a bunch of other people, actually play defense, and also have insane highlights was so much fun to watch. I definitely recommend you guys go and watch a full highlight or the full game itself. Very fun watch. I really enjoyed watching it. Also, huge shout out to Sacramento Kings legend Neemias Queta, who went crazy in this game. He had some insane dunks. I'm sure I'm showing them up on the screen. Some insane dunks. The craziest part too about the NBA All-Star game is that it got a total of 4.4 million views, which, depending on what you think, that may sound like a lot or that may sound like none, because it was barely any. For an NBA game full of the best players in the league that fans voted for with millions of votes, to only get 4.4 million views is insanely sad. And it makes you think, why isn't the NBA pushing their actual games more? If you streamed this game to YouTube under the NBA channel, it would double this viewership. It would actually double this viewership if you allowed streamers and content creators and TikToks and if you allowed people to live stream this event and react to what's happening, the dunk contest, the 3-point contest. the amount of views that you would gain would be insane. It's almost like they don't want All-Star Weekend to be seen. They want it to be only strict to people who can pay for it. With that being said, look forward to next year's All-Star game and the changes that they're going to make, because they're bound to change something. They need to make it more watchable. Moving on to other NBA news, Atlanta Hawks head coach Nate McMillan was fired yesterday, which is kind of interesting considering that you're closing out on the second half of the year. They're in a spot where they really need to win, and you're getting rid of your coach. Now, there are rumors saying that Nate McMillan actually was trying to step down multiple times and they wouldn't let him leave his position. But I guess if you can get a really good coach to replace him for the rest of the season, it's a good move. But I don't know. Right now, Trae Young is in the coach killer conversation, and it's not looking good for him. Now, I already talked about one LA team in this video, and now it's time to talk about the other one, the LA Lakers. And yes, I hate talking about the Lakers as much as you guys hate listening about them, but there was a really good post on Reddit by this guy named Fed Art, I guess, I don't know, where he talked about the statistics to get the Lakers into the play-ins or the playoffs. It was super interesting, so I just quickly wanted to go over it. So this guy pretty much said for the Lakers to be able to get to the 10 seed in the West, they would need to go at least 14-9, which is a .609 winning percentage. Now, it might not sound too crazy to some people, and knowing LeBron, I feel like he's gonna make it work to get to the 10th seed, but head coach Darvin Ham said that their goal is to get to the 6th seed. Now, for the Lakers to get to the 6th seed, they would need to get 16 more wins, given that they only have 23 games remaining, which would give them a 0.696 winning percentage for the rest of the season. Long story short, it's going to be hard for them to get back to this spot. I personally don't see the Lakers getting to the actual playoffs. We might see them in a play-in game, but to see them get in the playoffs would be an insane goal for them. And with that being said, what are they going to do in the playoffs as the 8th seed? What are they going to do? I think we're getting to the end of the Lakers era. I think this team is about to explode. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. And for the end of the video, I do want to quickly say really quick that we did get news about Lonzo Ball saying that he's not doing any better and that he will be closed out for the rest of the season. And it's just weird because I go from seeing like videos of him on the treadmill to other people saying that he can't even like cut and run plays on the court. It's all just really confusing. Either way, it's really sad to see that he's gone through all this. The Bulls did pick up Patrick Beverley though to kind of help take this spot in the meantime. Me personally, I love Patrick Beverley. I think he can really lift up a team, and I think he's really going to get some energy going there, which is what they need. So yeah, Chicago Bulls fans, I feel sorry for you guys, but it'll be okay. With that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. I have a video up on the screen right now if you want to check it out. And yeah, sorry for jump scaring you guys with my hair. I just dyed it today, so yeah. See you guys next video. Later.